Well, we've literally all been there, right? You try to do everything by the book. You hit the pillow early, you clock in a solid 8, maybe even 9 hours of rest, and yet, when that morning alarm goes off, you feel like you haven't slept a wink. It is just incredibly frustrating to wake up completely exhausted after dedicating such a huge chunk of your night to sleeping. So in this explainer, we're going to tear down the actual architecture of quality sleep and figure out exactly why that happens.
Let's kick things off with part 1, the duration myth.
You slept for hours. Why are you still tired? Seriously, I want you to ask yourself that right now. It's a completely valid personal experience. You wake up, zombie walk to the coffee machine, feeling totally cheated out of the rest you supposedly just had. I want to assure you right off the bat, it is absolutely not in your head, and it's not just because you needed one more hour of shut-eye.
Okay, let's dive into this. Our knee-jerk reaction to feeling groggy is usually to buy into a really common myth. Man, I just need more sleep. We think we just need to add more time in bed, right? But the biological reality, it's a whole different story. The human brain doesn't just need some massive, unbroken block of time. That's actually a fundamentally flawed mindset. What your brain truly requires, biologically speaking, is better cycles. Which brings us nicely to our second point, the 90-minute cycle. 90. That is the magic number to keep in mind here. Think of it like this. Sleep doesn't happen in one long continuous block. It's not like a phone battery that's just slowly charging from 0 to 100. Actually, scratch that. It's more like a series of waves. Your brain uses these distinct 90-minute intervals to basically take out the daily trash, clearing out toxins and locking in your memories from the day. You dip down into sleep, you come back up, and you repeat that loop over and over again all night long.
And inside that 90-minute loop, you've got 3 distinct parts: light sleep, deep sleep, and REM. Your brain takes this super specific journey through those stages every single cycle. But here is the danger, and this is a big one. If your alarm jolts you awake right smack in the middle of a cycle, say you're deep in the REM stage, it completely shatters that loop. It triggers this biological phenomenon called sleep inertia. The result? You feel intensely groggy, heavily disoriented, and literally exhausted, regardless of how many hours you actually spent in bed. Why? Because you completely wrecked the architecture of the cycle.
All right, moving on to part 3, the mental load.
So, we've talked about the physical timing of your sleep, but there is this other super sneaky culprit ruining your rest. This is where a massive disconnect happens. Your physical body might be lying perfectly still in bed, completely resting, but if your mental load is too high, if you're worrying about tomorrow or replaying stressful stuff from your day, your brain doesn't recover. It stays in a state of hyperarousal. It never actually powered down to begin the maintenance work it needs to do.
Next up, number 4, the light rhythm.
You know, we kind of accidentally sabotage our own biology with really confusing environmental signals. When you're staring at a bright phone screen in bed, you're suppressing your brain's natural melatonin production. You are blasting it with a signal that screams, "Stay awake." You're actively fighting your body's natural urge to wind down. On the flip side, bright morning sunlight triggers a healthy natural spike in cortisol. That is the ultimate biological signal to wake up and get alert. Because, think about it, if you miss that rhythm, your energy stays off all day. Ignoring these light cues doesn't just make it hard to fall asleep in the first place, it absolutely tanks your energy levels long after you finally drag yourself out of bed. Your entire day's momentum feels off. It honestly feels like a localized jet lag, all because that vital biological rhythm was broken right from the start.
Okay, so how do we fix it? Let's look at part 5, better recovery habits.
To build a rock-solid foundation for your rest, here is a highly actionable 4-step blueprint to fix your sleep architecture. Step 1, same bedtime. Step 2, same wake time. You have got to anchor your internal clock with consistency. Step 3, reduce screens 30 to 60 minutes before sleep. Cut out that artificial stay awake signal and let your natural melatonin do its job. And step 4, get sunlight within 30 minutes of waking up. Give your brain that clear, undeniable cortisol spike that tells it the day has officially begun. I really want to reassure you here, small changes make a big difference. These habits are so accessible. You don't need any wild, expensive sleep gadgets or radical lifestyle overhauls. You just need simple consistency with these small environmental and timing tweaks. They honestly yield massive results for your overall daily energy. A real game changer.
Ultimately, this whole thing requires a crucial mindset shift today. We have to stop obsessing over how can I sleep less or trying to find weird ways to endure a shorter night. Instead, shift your focus entirely to how can I sleep better?
We need to move completely away from this obsession with total duration, because the quality of your rest, it wins out every single time.
Remember this, you don't need more time, you need better recovery. When your sleep architecture improves, when you respect those 90-minute cycles, clear out your mental load, and get your light rhythm in check, the time you do spend in bed becomes profoundly restorative. I really hope you can use the information from this explainer to understand the patterns behind your own mind and finally conquer that fatigue for good. So what small change are you going to make tonight to protect your recovery?